Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you have your fodder ready for today because it's SBC Sunday, the day of the week where we most often get SBCs that are at least intriguing. And today is no different with the refresh of some SBCs, but also the first iteration of the biggest icon pack that we have had yet this year. The Max 88 goes away. We're expecting the Max 89 rated icon pack today. My question is, with all of this SBC demand today, will fodder actually go up? Because in previous weeks with good SBCs, fodder hasn't gone up because it's been overinvested. We're going to talk about that today. And of course, look forward to the silver tournament that is coming back for the second time with the rewards looking pretty juicy. But is it going to be super competitive because there's a limited number of games? We're going to discuss that today and talk about the market a little bit. Everything else we got to look at for Festival Football Captain's promo in this game. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up on the video, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Let's dive right into it with yesterday's Saturday content, which gave us an SBC set that you kind of have to be speedy with because it expires today at content. It's a flash showdown between Norway and Alexander Sorloth and Italy with Manuel Locatelli. This game is happening today, and that's why these showdowns are expiring today. There's a +2 upgrade on the line for the winner. If it's a draw, it's +1 to both cards, and they both get a roll plus. Now, personally, I like when showdowns are set up in this fashion. It's very cheap to get either Locatelli or Sorloth done, or you can just do them both. Locatelli's card has great playstyles, but he definitely needs the +2 on his card to actually be super usable, although he does perfect link Cambiaso's SBC from a couple weeks back. And Sorloth is a FIFA legend. Like, this guy is kind of becoming the card that when you see him dropped in SBCs, you just want to get it done because through Evos or through upgrades, he just all of a sudden becomes overpowered. In the last couple of years, you guys remember the showdown Sorloths we've had before. He's kind of becoming a FIFA legend, and for a price of 20,000 coins, can you really go wrong here with either SBC? No. So pick one or do both if you want to, and just have some skin in the game for today's game between Italy and Norway. I like when showdown SBCs are formatted in this way personally. I just think it is easy and it's cool to get involved with an SBC like that when the price is that cheap. Now, also yesterday we had Thomas Soucek, the West Ham center defensive mid player. His card to me looks more of like a collector's item if you're a West Ham fan or a Czechia fan, or you just want Premier League center defensive mids that are tall. He does have an interesting playstyle set with aerial, bruiser, intercept, pinged, and the precision header. So could be very good on corners with his height and solid defensively, and maybe good for future evolutions with box to box plus and box crasher plus. He is an 85 with an inform and an 83 rated squad coming in at 43,000 coins. Would he be cheaper on the market? He'd probably be about 20K on the market, but honestly, that's an easy craft in this next week if that interests you. The last SBC from yesterday is the Africa upgrade. Of course, we're getting one of these continental completionist objective SBCs every single day. We're going to have another one today, right? We have 4 in total. We've got 2. 2 are going to be coming out. This is what I think we were hoping for with these sorts of SBCs. Not the squad requirements like we talked about yesterday in the Europe upgrade for like the England and the France and some of the other nationalities requiring 83, 84, and 85 rated squads. This is easy, right? I think most of us could probably get this done just in an instant by going through our club and turning in bronzes, silvers, and golds for these nations. It's like you don't even need more than one player from each of these nations. It's super easy. I think the only nation that may be a little hard to come by would be Gambia, because Gambian cards did go up a little bit on the market yesterday. And if you don't have one of those, what I'd tell you to do is either go buy it real quick if you're trying to get this SBC set done, or I think they're like 1,500 coins, or they were at one point, or just go hit your daily bronze, silver, and golds in the next couple of days. There's no hurry to get that SBC set done because you can't even complete the objective right now to get the captain's card design, which is a big draw to complete this objective, or some of the players that are in here. But yeah, just open those dailies and I bet you'll come across the players sooner than you would think. Maybe even open some bronze pack method, check your preview packs. You never know what you might come by through those there that could help you finish an SBC if it's worth the coins for a preview pack. Now, you get Ben Sabini from today's SBC, and like this is why I think it's way better value. That SBC set, it's not really populating on Footbin what the cost of it is, but it's like that can't be more than 15,000 coins worth of cards that you're putting in from your club. And most of those cards, if not all of them, don't really matter anyway. You might as well turn it in, to be completely honest. Get this Ben Sabani card, Dortmund Link, Slide Tackle Plus, Fullback Plus Plus, and very solid looking for potential future Evos as a center back, left back, and left mid. Like, even the left mid position on this card could make him a very interesting card through evolutions in the future. That's what I think we were looking for with this League SBC type of grind, is just putting in those types of players from our club, not the high-rated squads that we saw with the Cesco side of things. Now, for today on Sunday and tomorrow and Monday, we're expecting the Americas and Asia and Oceania with 3 cards here: David Neres, Irvine, and Lee Kang-in, and of course the group reward after that. Hopefully those next 2 SBCs are set up the exact same way as the African one was today, because that's just so much easier. Now let's go to evolutions and talk about the dual threat Evo that EA dropped yesterday. We had a big Evo leak, right? For the Baldes of the world, the Rentes, the Mendes. That Evo was not dropped yet, but it is still coming. We're going to talk about that. We have the dual threat Evo here with a big boost to defending and physical for right mids, max 83. This Evo is creating some very interesting cards, but the number one problem with this Evo is it doesn't give the right back position. When you take a look at some of these cards, you see the boost here, like Nicolas Pepe goes up to 73 defending from his 40 defending that he had before. Or this Adama Traore, which might be one of the craziest cards in the Evo. If you put Adama Traore's gold card through this twice, which you can do, that is a solid looking card for a right back. He just doesn't have the right back position. So a lot of people are getting this Adama done to boost his physical, give him the intercept playstyle, and get him ready for a future right back evolution, which I don't think is actually that bad of an idea. This Evo actually gives you the relentless playstyle, intercept, and jockey up to 5 playstyles. So other players maybe would get the jockey as a part of this as well. You just need the actual right back position to make this a decent Evo. Or if you're putting a player into this who already has like left back, you can see here for this Baker card from Syria, he's already got left back. So his card looks pretty usable as a defender, except for the 2-star weak foot. You know, I'm actually going to go for this Yilmaz, I think. I'm kind of creating a little bit of a Galatasaray link with a couple of Evos that I've done. This card was a early game beast, and with his Evo, he looks pretty crazy as well for future evolution. So that one's free, and that one's fun, and I have no problem with that. Now, the last part of yesterday's content was objectives, where we had a flash rush event that was dropped. Welcome to the double dip portion of the week, as we often call it. The weekly rush points are out for a few packs, which they still need to upgrade, by the way. These rewards have not changed since the start of the game. We're still going for an 82x2 here when everything else is upgraded. Let's go. We need to update that, EA. But this International Leaders Flash Rush event does give a right back Evo, which a lot of people thought was the leaked Evo, but it's not. This is a quick step base wingback plus max 84 rated Evo, as you can preview things now from objectives, which is so dope. So like cards like Llorente fit this. I believe maybe even cards like Frimpong fit this as well on the right side of the pitch, but this is not that leaked Evo that we're going to talk about. This is just a bit of an extra Evo here from objectives. Play 5, play 3, assist 5, and score 40,000 points for an 80 plus times 2 of those packs, and the sideline flyer evolution. So that Evo could be usable if you're trying to like build up a past and present. And of course, I haven't checked the rush mode personally. I haven't played rush honestly in a couple weeks. 100% honest. I don't know if it's double rush points. If it is, that'll make this actually worth doing because it'll be pretty easy. But yet again, rush feels like a game mode that gets left behind with the other game modes that we kind of are, incentivized to prioritize based off the rewards that they give out, especially that silver tournament that we're going to be talking about today. Now, let's talk about the market for a bit, because prices yesterday did what we expected on the Festival of Football Captains cards. Guys, these cards dropped pretty heavy, and I believe the reason they did is because, number one, they didn't drop that much from Friday night. Remember, I sat here on the video yesterday, and I looked at the team of players, and I was like, guys, these cards have barely dropped. Like, you looked at some of the players, Yesterday, I think Harry Kane was still 1.2 mil, and now he's now down to like 1 million coins flat. Or we looked at players like Heaps, she was still like almost 200,000 coins. Ella Payor, yesterday when we looked at her card on the video, she was still 800,000 coins. That's what she was when she was first in packs after the first hour on Friday. She dropped off, and a lot of these other cards from this promo dropped off all day long, and they're now kind of getting down to more reasonable prices, but not really prices that I want to spend coins to buy them yet. I don't feel safe with these cards just yet. I think they need to drop off more, especially with the way content looks today. I think it could be a day where the market does have some dips after content because of how good the SBCs and stuff that we're looking forward to today actually could be. So I think I'd be careful with these cards, but look at these graphs. In and amidst the drops that we have some good trades. I bought Bernardo Silva right here yesterday, sold right here. I could have done it again. He went from 240 to 280 two different times. He's back down to now 260,000 coins, and that's a card that I know is very hype with his 92 dribble. I've been saying since I saw this card drop in the game, he might have some of the best left stick dribble in the game. I would love to pack him. I would love to try him out at the very least, but this is a card still that I would say I wouldn't buy it for a team right now unless you're just going to do a quick flip. You notice the rare cards are fluctuating like this, or like maybe a Harry Kane. You watch the card move up and down and you can time that flip. Like, go for it if that's something that you like to do. I love doing that, right? But I would not expect these cards to go up like crazy today. I think it would just be some fluctuation trades, and hopefully later on Sunday tonight, or maybe even tomorrow on Monday, we'll have a good opportunity to feel safer about buying these cards. But I would expect overall that these would drop some more today. And you know what? Part of the reason that they could have dropped yesterday as well is EA ran some more lightning rounds during the day. So yesterday on Saturday, even along with Friday that we talked about for the first time ever, we had global limits, aka lightning round packs that were tradable for the first time this year, which is crazy that we're getting lightning rounds right now. But they're doing it, and EA's doing them. I don't think there were any that were run on Saturday, like after content. I'd have to double check that, but I have not seen any lightning rounds since then, unless I've missed it. Not that I check the store every hour, but I didn't see any notifications or anybody talking about that, so I don't think that was the case. But since EA has started that now, we have to think about how lightning rounds could impact the market on a weekend for sure, because that's most of the time when they drop them. Now, yesterday, we saw Informs take a huge drop as well as they got supplied from Weekend League rewards. We are now in the window of opportunity for investing in this Doku card, who's going to be one of the most popular Inform investments. Honestly, 50K flat might be the price for him because you got squad battle rewards today. You've got the content that's dropping today. I think after today on this Doku card, or maybe today is the day to get involved in this. If you want to stash one away, he's going to be super popular, and he could get re-released back into packs during Black Friday. That's something we have to kind of keep in our minds right now for the out-of-pack special cards and Informs. But if an Evo comes out between now and then and that he fits, and he gets a nice upgrade from, he's going to go crazy in price because that card is insane for 50K, and for the Finesse Plus with the pace, he's going to be a very popular card. So watch out for him today. Messi, very popular too. Vitinha, I think these three from this team of the week, they're looking so cheap compared to where they were. This guy was extinct at 300K for the first 2 days that he was in packs, by the way, and now he's 119,000 coins. Again, I think today after content may be a window to get involved in some of those, and then maybe on Monday as well. Like last week, I think we saw a low point for the team of the weeks on the Mondays. But other than the stuff that was in packs, the rest of the market's doing very good. Even some of the gold cards that were in packs, there were some great opportunities to trade yesterday, right? The Friday night lows worked very well for trades into the Saturday midday, like this Rafinha card. Some of your other meta golds I saw did good. And these prime times, man, I know we said they were rare, and I was going to be hesitant on investing in these because I was just unsure with the potential of re-release back into packs, which is still obviously there. These cards could get re-released back into packs during Black Friday 100%. But since they were kind of rare and since they're live, people are buying them, and they're going up. I mean, take a look at Bonnie, 240,000 coins for him. You see, Rios was under 100K. Now he's 144,000. Hoyland was like 55. Now he's 71. Gakpo's up 50K from his lowest point. I mean, Pavlovic was 200. Now he's 260. These cards are great to trade with, and if there are drops after content today because of good SBCs, these would be cards at the top of my list to be watching for quick flip trades just because they are rare. People want to use them, and they do get upgrades, and there are games for these cards next week. Even though it's getting close to Black Friday, those cards are going to be interesting to watch there. So the rest of the market's doing pretty solid, apart from the cards in packs and the team of the week. We do have squad battle rewards today, which could shake some things up and supply a few things here or there. Another reason to maybe be a little more careful with these captain's cards, and maybe have another buy window for the fodder cards that we've been talking a lot about. And that's what we should talk about next. Let's move into today's content on Sunday and talk about first the big SBC most people are going to be interested in. Even it's tempting me. I did my first icon pack of the year this last week, and I got Davor Soucek from it, which I thought was an L right away, but he's actually pretty decent in game. He scores great goals. His left stick dribbling is actually pretty solid, but this goes away today, and we know the card, or we know the pack that's going to be replacing it. It's the Max 89 base icon pack, all right? And like we've seen with all the other icon packs so far, they've moved up in rating, but they haven't moved up in price. So when we think about what is this going to cost today, I'm going to guess it's the same, 85, 86, 87. Now, fodder's gotten a little bit cheaper. If EA aren't feeling super nice, maybe they will increase the rating here. Like, would they dare do 86, 86, 87? Because if you look at the new icons that are going to be in this pack, these are all the 89 rated icons that will be packable from the new pack today. Stoichkov, Butra, Totti, Eto'o, Jarzinho, Kaká, Marcelo, Cantona, Drogba, Socrates. There's some pretty solid names in here, and some pretty expensive cards too. A lot of these 89 rated icons are over 200,000, except all of them except 4 are over 200,000 coins. And this SBC has only been around 160k, with fodder being where it's at right now, and around 200,000 coins normally. But fodder is so cheap. That's why we've been saying, guys, I think fodder's a good investment. But I want to amend that a little bit today, because I'm a little worried about the higher end of the fodder, but I like the lower end better. We talked about during the week investing in 85 to 88 rated cards for this SBC. And while I do think it is going to be an SBC that a lot of people want to do, even if they maybe up the requirements from 85 to 86 in one segment, if they keep the requirements the same, that'll be great. But there's another SBC that's refreshing today that makes me believe that the low rated fodder on the end we're talking about here is going to do the best. That's this, the base hero upgrade. Remember last week when this dropped and the max 88 icon was still there and it refreshed? 88 rated cards didn't go up, but 85s did. Let's take a look back in time. Last week, we watched Bukayo Saka and the 88s go up just for an hour after content. He was like 15K Sunday morning, and he was up, right? Because he was 14K Friday night. People were investing. They knew the icon pack was going to refresh. He was kind of 15K. Content comes out, SBC comes out, he has a bit of a spike. They went up about 1,000 coins from 15K to 16, and then what happened? By Monday, by Tuesday, he's down to 13,000 coins again. So this would be a quick rise, and then prices just fell off on 88 rateds after that. On the other hand, with the max, or with the base hero pack that came out requiring, the lower rated cards, 84 and 85 rated squads for this SBC, which by the way is refreshing again today, so we'd be able to do it, I believe, 3 more times. These cards went up. You take a look at on Sunday, 85 rated prices, they went from 3.1K up to 3.7, and they rose even a little bit, almost touching 4,000 coins by Wednesday. So if there's more demand for the hero pack with 85s and 86s last week, sure, there's going to be some demand for that this week, but also if those are needed inside of the icon pack that comes out, I think there could be a potential bigger rise on the 85s and 86s over the 87s and the 88s. Now, granted, I don't think you need to sell your 88s today into the hype and be like, no, Nate, these cards are going to tank even further. They can't go down that much further. They're so cheap. This is like, besides the very beginning of the year when fodder is cheap because there's no SBCs requiring them yet, this is the lowest that they've been. I don't think 88s are going to go to 19,000 coins today. No chance. But like, hopefully they go up to like 15,000 coins. And if you're invested in 88s, I'm not saying that you got to sell into the hype again today. I think you can sell after the content drop time. I would take that chance there to try to sell then. List your cards about 30 to 45 minutes before content happens so that when the content drops and everybody's going and doing the base hero and doing the new base icon pack, they're going to the market and buying cards, and maybe yours will have a better chance of selling for a slightly higher price for those lazy buyers. So hopefully 88s go to like 15,000 or 14,750 today. I just don't feel like 88s are going to explode. If that's kind of the expectation that I have for fodder today. Now, again, it all comes down to what EA required. Do they change the rating of the icon pack? Do they make it a little more expensive? I hope they don't. Do they drop any other SBCs today? That would be a big part of how fodder could move today as well. But I think you would probably want to sell your 87s and 88s right after content, unless the icon pack is multiple times repeatable and it's very cheap and people are very excited for it, just because, you know, I wouldn't want the same thing to be happening as previous weeks. And a lot of times that have been happening recently is where the fodder kind of gets overinvested. That's what I'm a little worried about today. Should mention team of the weeks too. I think this is a very safe place to park your coins this week. EA keeps requiring team of the weeks in SBCs, even the small ones, right? And I don't know about you, but I don't have a ton of team of the weeks in my club. So buying 84 rated team of the weeks, whether they're in the current team of the week or previous ones, for around 12,000 coins, basically like 12,500, 12,750 is an okay price for them. Lower on bid would be better. You can probably try to lazy list them this week and hope that they would return back to high prices about 14K. Like last week, the 84s did hit 14,000 coins. So if you buy them at 12 flat or 12.2 and you're listing like at 14.5 or 14,750 collecting lazy sales, then you could actually make some decent coins there, about 1,000 and maybe 1.5K profit after tax per card. That's not bad. So informs could be a good investment as well. But I say other SBCs that could be impacting the fodder prices today. We've got a hero pick that is still out there between Hamsik, Abedi Pele, and Cordoba, one of those match day picks. This would be, is this the first one for a hero? No, it's the first one in a minute for a hero, not the first one we've ever had, obviously, because we had some of the other ones. I did the one for the Alex Scott hero, but it's been a minute since we had a good hero pick. This one looks pretty solid. Hamsik, Cordoba, Abedi, all good heroes. That could be today. As could this, another icon match day pick with Campbell, Van Persie, and Figo. So these are all out there and looming, depending on how many we get today. Icon pack for sure, refresh the hero pack for sure, and then potentially one of these player picks. Then you could see maybe some more movement on fodder in the higher areas, depending on the prices of the SBCs. But that's kind of why I like the 85 to 86 range, maybe the 87s too. But I don't feel like there's enough demand or enough high rating requirements here right now to make 89s go up. Like, I know 89s at some point are going to just absolutely boom again. Remember when they went crazy for the player of the month Mbappe the first time? Even the second time they were up a good bid for that. Well, at some point, hopefully during Black Friday or right before, they're going to have their time again and they will go up. But that time does not seem to be right now, because the highest rating of SBCs that we're getting right now is like 87 in the icon pack. And besides the Mbappe player of the month, most stuff does not go higher than that yet. I would assume that changes soon, though, for Black Friday. So it's a big day for SBCs today. Of course, the other SBCs that we're still kind of looking forward to, as we already mentioned, would be the next set of the Continental SBCs here for this objective, the completionist one. So either the Americas with David Neres as the group reward. David Neres might be the best card, by the way, inside of this whole completionist set. Sesko is cool if you're a United fan, but Neres is meta. 89 dribble, 89 pace. This card looks very good. Does he have 5-star skills? 5-star skills, 3-star weak foot, winger ++, trickster, good play style. It's not amazing, but good. I think it's between David Neres or Lee Kang-in is the best cards from this here. So one of those two is going to be dropping today. And then we got to talk about evolutions, because yesterday, of course, there was more news about this right back, left back Evo that's been leaked that gives a playstyle plus. And, Foot Police was tweeting about it yesterday. Quick Step and Jockey, he says it gives fullback ++. It's a great stats upgrade. This is the one that Balde, Frimpong, Mendy, Camavinga, Teo Hernandez, and others are going up for. And he said yesterday after content that the release date's going to be tomorrow, which would end up being today on Saturday. So that's what we're watching for. This SBC today, or evolution today, my bad. And allegedly it gives a playstyle plus as well, right? Because this was the 1 Foot Agent originally tweeted out and said Balde fits. It gives a playstyle plus and a stats boost. He said Llorente fits. This has got cards going crazy in the market, right? Like Teo Hernandez, on Friday was 13,000 coins, and he went all the way up to 18K, right? The Evo didn't happen yesterday. He dropped back down to 15. Well, here we are on the upslope trend once again into content today. He's probably going to get up to like 18, 19,000 because people know it's today. Selling the hype, guys. You guys know what to do. Selling the hype for all these cards just because it's the safe thing to do, and we saw what happened on Friday with the center back, so you don't want a repeat of that. 13K for Llorente all the way up to 20, back down to 16. He's 17 right now. Hopefully he does get back up there to about 19, 20,000 coins if you have one in your club and you're wanting to sell. And sell those in the hype today, guys, before the Evo. 100%. That would be the play. Now, Foot Agent's asking, do you want to know the price of the Evo? If he knows this, and this is for all the leakers, if any of those guys are watching this video right now, if you know the price of the evolution, but we're not leaking that ahead of time, what are we doing? We got to know the price of the Evo. That could have saved us so much like grief. Like we talked about that in yesterday's video, right? The expectation versus the reality. If these guys know the prices of the Evos ahead of time, even if it hurts the hype for the Evo, if it's not going to be a good price, like, tell us, man. Don't withhold that information from us when it comes to these leaks for these cards and these evolutions. Like, we would want to know that as well because we want to know that. That's the whole point of leaks, right? Is to get the information early so that you can plan, you can prepare and stuff like that, right? That is the benefit of having the leaks. And then, of course, you don't have the excitement and the natural surprise that would be better, in my opinion, like we talked about yesterday. But yeah, just watch out for this because that's an interesting situation there. You want to know. Let's making it sound like he knows. I guess we'll just have to see. So that's the Evo content we're expecting today. We talked about the SBC content, which will probably be the main attraction. Gameplay-wise, Silvers are back, all right? And this tournament, this World Tour Silver Superstars League number 2, looks interesting, and let me tell you why. You can see the rewards in game. They're not actually in objectives yet, but if you click into preview the event, which by the way, you see the group reward here is an 86x4 for the Silver League. You click into the event, you can go over to my progress, and you can flip through everything that you get from this. If you look at the objectives, there's an 84x3, there's an ultimate scream, and UEFA primetime pick. There's an 82 plus Brazil pick, an 83.5. What else do we have here? An 85 to 89, an 80 plus Brazil pick. And guys, actually there's some things that are not shown in here because there's something in this called a Season 2 World Tour Superstars pick. What is involved in that? The World Tour Superstars, when I think of that, I think of the icons. Are they going to give us a player pick between, I believe it's a 1 of 5 player pick as well, between the icons? But if you've already done the objectives for those, why would you want them? I don't exactly know what this pick is. That's a bit of a question mark right now. And I mentioned that because, you know, when I was just showing you guys the rewards right there, like that wasn't in there. But then right before recording this video, I went in here and I saw that pick was one of the options here, and it was showing as one of the objective rewards that you could see. I just don't know what that player pick is. That is so intriguing to me. There's the Ultimate Scream and UEFA Primetime pick, which is score in 25 matches, but it doesn't show all the other rewards. It sounds like this objective set is going to have win and score as a part of the objective. It's not going to be split out like the gauntlet. I believe as well that to get that Season 2 WTSS pick, you have to win 25 matches. And that's where I start to have a bit of a question. Is this Silver League like the super competitive leagues of before, where it's, as it says here, 30 of 30, you only have 30 games to play to get 25 wins? If that's the case, it's going to be a bit extra sweaty, and it's going to be very hard to get this done. Or is it like a lot of the other tournaments and leagues that we've had where the attempts refresh every day, and you're going to have 30 attempts today, 30 attempts tomorrow? Like EA's been going more of that direction since the start of the game. Of course, we've had a couple of tournaments with limited number of entries, and we've had some better rewards because of that and more sweaty competition because of that. But like, let's just talk about this for a second. If this is 30 games per day and it's win 25, could we have a community golden goal fest going on here? I know that really hasn't been a thing this year because you got to score in 20. You got to play a certain number of games as well. I believe there was a play something. There's a play 1 objective. So I'm sure if there's a play 1, there's a play 10 right there. So if you're quitting out of games, then you're going to run into the issue of not getting that counted, and you're going to run out of your attempts. But if the attempts refresh every day, I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know if people are going to go for that. People are not going to go for that with this, but I hope it is 30 games refreshing every day. I honestly don't remember how the last silver tournament was. I enjoyed the last silver tournament big time, and I look forward to this today because the silver tournament last time was so fun, and I just enjoyed using those cards. It was different, and I think this is, as I said even earlier, my second favorite game mode in the game. Because I like the gauntlets first. I like this second, just because it's different, it's fun, it's unique, and you see those rewards. Those are solid rewards. Now, let's talk specifics. You need 3 silver icons for your team this time around. If you need to get one more like I did, because I evolved Charlton, go get Beckenbauer. Beckenbauer, it's very easy to get done. It only takes like 15 games, I believe, to do, and there might even be an easier way to get them done than that. So I have Beckenbauer, Garincha, and Yashin this time around. I've got a silver Evo that I'm working on, and my silver striker goat, Ollie Burke. So I'm excited to use these guys once again. I have some of the silvers that I bought. Like, I bought this Cognac card for 2,900 coins. Like the first week or the second week of the game, because silvers at that point were being invested in for the first tournament, and I was like, I don't care if I lose coins on him. I bought El Yamik for 10k when he was extinct. He's like 7,000 coins now. I didn't care at that time, and I've just held those silvers all the way through. But silvers are up, and here's what I say: if you've invested in silvers, or if you like, Nate, I got some silvers in my club, when should I sell? I think you want to sell into the hype, or right when the tournament starts today, like after content, a couple hours after content, because we need 3 icons this time around, which takes away some of the demand for just regular base silvers that you needed last time. Last time you only needed 1 icon, and you were using the rest of your team silvers, or at least 7 other players in your team were silvers, right? So this time around, you got more icons that you could have been able to use in your team. And sure, they have gone up. Like this Gomez was 1,300 coins right after the silver tournament ended, and now he's up to 3k. There's no way he goes back out to 9,000 coins, in my opinion, even if these rewards are pretty good, kind of as we were seeing here, because there's more silvers that people have packed, more Evos that people have made, and stuff like that. I think you have less demand for silvers to be bought for the silver tournament today. So that's why I would say sell in the hype. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but even last time, selling in the hype was kind of a good move, because the cards did end up going up a little bit after the tournament came out, but not all of them. So I would sell in the hype on the silvers today, or sell right after the tournament comes out, just to go on the safe route of that, just because I think there's a little bit of less gameplay demand this time around. We've been talking about it in the streams a little bit. I feel like some of the positions, like left back, have a little bit extra demand still, because there was no left back silver star icons, right? And maybe even like a center back as well. Sure, we've had the Carlos Alberto, and we've had Bobby Moore, but still people want to use Nnamdi Collins, still people want to use El Yamik. But guys, I think selling in the hype is the safe play and the smart play to go about that. So that's going to be the video for me today, guys. I know we talked about a lot of this one. It's a big day of content today, man. Sundays have kind of been bigger days for the content that we get, and that's a good thing. I think that's fine. I like the icon of species on Sundays. The hero refreshing today is going to be very interesting to watch, and if there are drops on prices after content, I think we can get involved in out of packs cards for some quick flips. So that'll be something that we watch today. I'm planning on streaming today. Hopefully we have the ability to do that. Of course, last weekend we had some crazy stuff going on with the weather, so I was not able to, but the plan for today is that we will be able to do that. I'm going to go, AFK actually, 3 more games here of Gauntlet, get myself these rewards and gift a couple of people some wins. We'll get our Simeone here, and we will get all those packs and open them up today on stream, chase after some more captain's cards, and see if this Sunday content can juice it up a little bit, man. If you guys enjoyed this video, drop a thumbs up on it, comment below if you have any questions, and of course, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the stream today. It's been TheFutAccountant. Have a great Sunday. Peace out.